we're on our way back from Florida, and we're going to go back to Dallas so that we can avoid some pretty dangerous weather that is about to develop.
Whiskey, contact departure. Have a good flight.
We'll contact departure, 360 Whiskey. Have a great day.
On approach, good morning, Sirius 922 Victor Golf, level 7000.
Sirius 922 Victor Golf, Daytona approach, Daytona Timber 3011.
011, 2 Victor Golf.
It's just an incredible feeling every time I penetrate a layer. Here, we're climbing on top of the clouds.
3620 Whiskey, radar contact miles south of the Flagler Airport. Climb and maintain 5,000, cleared direct Gainesville.
5,000, direct Gainesville, 360 Whiskey.
20 Whiskey, are you above the fog
approaching
yet?
altitude.
20 Whiskey, we reached 1,200, we were above.
Right, thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back to Flying Dirty. So here we are. We're on our way back from Florida, and we're going to go back to Dallas because of weather scenarios and situations. We just kind of planned out so that we can avoid some pretty dangerous weather that is about to develop.
So today is a Friday, and we wanted to get back home to Denver on a Saturday. But we had to deviate back to Dallas to avoid a strong frontal system, bringing with it widespread icing to much of the region. And there was no escape from it, and it wasn't even worth entertaining the idea of going back home. So we decided it was best to deviate to Dallas and spend some time with our family. There we waited for the front to move through, and because of the winds and very low temperatures the next day, we decided to ride it out one more day. So it wasn't until Monday when we finally decided to go back home to Denver. To enjoy general aviation, you must also enjoy being able to make these types of unanticipated decisions.
And now we're on our way to 4 Romeo 3. We have about 2 hours and 22 minutes. We do have a strong headwind, 34, so that's slowing us down dramatically. So usually to Dallas, we just do one stop, but in this case, we have to do 2 stops because of fuel, just to make sure. I don't like landing with low fuel. I don't like putting myself in that situation, so I like having as much fuel in the tanks as possible. But as you can see, we're above the clouds. I'm not sure if the camera underneath is working. According to our remote gadget here, it is recording. So you can see the clouds below. But since we departed, it's been foggy. It was pretty foggy at Flagler when we departed. And that's one of the things that you have to really be cautious of is whenever you depart in fog. Fog is one of the most dangerous scenarios that you can put yourself into without practice, because as soon as you take off, you are in instrument IMC conditions. So we're cruising right along at 6,000 feet. This is the difference in flying from Florida, the East Coast, and flying in Denver. In Denver, we're already at 6,000 feet before we even take off. And here, we can cruise at 6,000 feet because we are pretty much at sea level elevation. So our scenario was that we've got a lot of storms heading our way. Thursday, we're going to have a system hovering right over Colorado, and it was going to be pretty windy on Thursday, so arriving at Denver on Thursday could have been possible. So then I looked for a gap in the weather. So what we decided to do was take off today. There are going to be some pretty strong storms just to the north of us on our route, but we should be bypassing those storms So we should be getting to Dallas today. The front's going to go through Denver from today through tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, it should be going through, it should be passing through Dallas. So we have to carefully monitor the conditions, but if the front passes Dallas, and as long as we don't have any icing conditions or anything like that past the front, then we should be okay to head back to Denver. There is a chance we may have to wait it out another day and maybe head back Monday, which we don't want to do that. We departed Florida 60 degrees, and then there's a frontal boundary about to cross.
Allegiant 353.
So we're going to arrive in Dallas, and the weather should be fairly mild as well.
3012.
However, when we depart, if you look at the daily temperatures here, so here's Friday, showing 75 degrees for a high, but then at nighttime it'll be 65 and raining, and that's when the cold front will start approaching. Here's where it gets really nasty. If you look at Saturday, 75 degrees for a high, and then the front comes through, and then it'll be down to 20 degrees. So from 75, it'll be down to 20 degrees at night. You're going to feel that. Absolutely, you're going to feel that. And then here's Sunday. We'll depart Sunday, hopefully, if everything is A-okay. So one thing I like about ForeFlight is it'll break down your daily weather into an hourly weather forecast scenario. And we are expected to take off, let's see here. So this is today. We should be arriving there. Since we took off late, we'll probably be arriving there about between 5 and 6. And between 5 and 6, we should be really good on weather. Should be cloudy, but ceilings anywhere from 12 to 16,000. Winds calm. Visibility should be greater than 9 statute miles. So we should be expecting pretty good weather when we land there. But then afterwards, thunderstorms should start to develop as that front gets closer. And then look at here. And then Saturday, that's when the temperatures start falling off pretty rapidly. So after, let's say, after 4 p.m., 68 degrees at 4 p.m., but by the time 11 p.m. comes around, it'll be 32 degrees. And then we're expecting to depart at 8 a.m. Sunday, and there's the weather forecast for Sunday. Winds should be, now here's the thing, it'll be pretty cold. It'll be 21 degrees. So when we get to Dallas, it'll be 57. And then when we depart, it'll be 21. That's a big shocker, don't you think, son? And
Dallas.
It's not just the temperature, it's the winds. So the winds should be anywhere between 15 to 23. Now Denver, on the other hand, this is the reason why we delayed our, we were trying to get to Denver either Friday or Saturday. We're going to have to push it back to Sunday because, all right, so here's the forecast for Denver. And Denver is showing 27 degrees. Right now it's showing partly cloudy. But then by 4 p.m., it'll be IFR, 31 degrees with snow. And that snow will continue all the way through Saturday. And then Sunday, temperatures will be 6 degrees in the morning. And by the time we get there, depending on whatever time we arrive, let's say if we arrive around 2 or 3 o'clock, should warm up all the way to 39 degrees.
You can expect that via the custody intersection on
Woohoo!
10,000 feet.
It'll be like a warm front compared to 6 degrees. So
15,200.
So that's what we're looking at. So we're going to stop at 4 Romeo 3, fuel up there. Then we're going to make another stop in Harrison County, which is Marshall, Texas. So right now we're considering selling the Cherokee 6 to upgrade to a higher performance airplane, since we do these long flights to Florida at least 3 times a year, sometimes more. But I would like to have something else with higher performance now, so we can fly up high. Perhaps maybe use oxygen. We were considering a Piper Malibu, but I don't know. I have doubts about the Piper Malibu. I love it. It's a nice platform, but But I have my doubts with the Piper Malibu because of the accident rates with gear collapses in the front. The front gear collapses quite often. At most of the Piper Malibus that I have seen, I would say around anywhere between 85 to 90% of them have had a history of front gear collapse. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I was told it was a spring that wears out, and when that spring gives way, then the gear collapses, but I don't know, I have my doubts. Alright, so here we are, hand flying through the clouds. Have to make sure that we stay on course and we maintain our altitude.
Why is the GPS like 300 feet higher than that?
Because the GPS does not have pressure. Okay, son. Go ahead and take it over. Here, make sure that you keep us on that heading. You want to mainly look outside, okay? You're deviating us. Look outside. See how that nose is turning?
And
Okay, you have to look outside now because we're visual. You look outside and you monitor your instruments briefly. Okay, that's good. Very small amount of corrections, okay? Okay, we're about to come across IMC, so let me take it over. And whenever we exchange, whenever I say I have controls, you say you have controls. I have controls.
you have controls.
I have controls. And then I say it last, okay? Just to make sure that I have the controls.
I'm a real co-pilot.
There cannot be any confusion as to who's flying the airplane, you understand?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now that we intercepted the line, you see how we slowly got back into the line?
Yeah.
We intercepted the line, okay?
267, contact Jacksonville Center, 134.3.
Keep us at around 269, okay? At that heading. But look outside too, don't just focus inside.
328, clear direct Asheville.
Direct Asheville.
Keep that nose steady. You're doing really good. 125.2, 3620 whiskey. You fly, I'll do the radios. Approach, good morning. Cherokee 3620 whiskey with you at 6,000.
Cheers, 3620 whiskey, turn approach, good morning, altimeter 3005.
3005, 3620 whiskey.
You have control.
I have control, son. You were deviating us, okay? And we're flying instruments, so they don't like it when you're off course. Hit that X for me. Let's clear that page. Okay, so let's get back on course. Okay, let's get back to 6,000. Okay, so what you do is you feel the airplane. You see how it wants to climb? You let this go, and it wants to climb. So that's when you trim down a little bit, just a little bit. Now you let it go, and she's good. Okay, there you go. Back on course. So you have the airplane.
I have control.
You have controls. Okay, your main focus is outside. Okay, remember that. Keep that nose steady. Doing good. Pretty steady. That's pretty good. Here, let's ask for deviations. I got controls.
You have controls.
I have controls. Actually, that shouldn't be too bad. So I'll keep controls for now. All right. So how do you feel?
Not as nervous as last time.
Number 70, Papa Houston Center, you are radar contact 10 miles southwest of vortex, area 2,500, climb maintain level 230. Convoy 4177, Houston Center, hello, descend and maintain 11,000, go for altimeter is 3001.
All right, we are getting ready to do the approach at Jackson, Alabama.
Houston, number 4 Bravo, flight level 220.
4 Bravo, Houston
Got
Center,
the
hello.
plate loaded and everything's briefed. Minimums at this airport, pretty high minimums at 1,000.
Minimums.
500.
Alright, there's 500. And looks like we'll have to make a U-turn on the runway. They don't have a taxiway. Pretty gusty down here. About 20, 25.
November 3620 Whiskey, back taxiing on runway 19er, Jackson Municipal.